Hey everyone, welcome back. Today is a day for updates on my dado jig for the router. If you had a chance to watch my other video, I believe it was titled Cutting Dados with the Router, I assembled this whole thing and made this entire thing out of MDF and then made it adjustable. As I was building it though, there were a couple things that I did not like about it, and then especially now that I've had some time to use it, even though it hasn't been that long ago, I definitely want to make some updates. So here are the two things I think, or a few things, that I did not like about it. When I was setting it up, putting this, I want to say 1 7/8 piece of MDF on top, this is just the guide rail, it had just a little bit of bend in it to where I couldn't ever get a perfect channel for the dados to fit in. It was always just slightly bigger, maybe at the ends, because I want to say that the MDF guide rail was just a little bit pushed in towards the center. So I wanted something with a little bit more rigidity. There's one thing. The second thing is I always have a lot of sawdust that stuck to this MDF piece right up on the top, right in here in the grooves. And so I wanted sawdust to be able to flow a little bit freer. As I was cutting, it would come off and make life a little bit easier. What I have over here is just an 8-inch piece of drawer siding from Plywood Company of Fort Worth. The cool thing about this is it's 1/2-inch plywood, so thinner. That's 3/4 MDF. I'm going to make it thinner. And this guy's already pre-finished, so I don't have to make it smooth or anything. It's already good to go. It's got this little groove right here for your drawer bottom. That's how it would sit. But I'm not going to use that part for anything really big, but I am going to take advantage of it, and I'll show you why a little bit later. Another thing that I like too is how it has the edge banding on the top of the drawer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this little piece off, maybe all the way down the side, and then set it over to where that is my guide for the router, so that way that's nice and smooth, and then the router can be real smooth on the top or this top of the surface, doesn't really matter. Okay, with those pieces cut, if you notice, as I sent it through the table saw, all I did is I'm taking this piece with the edge banding on top, and I'm sliding it over here to the back side. Now, the next step in the process is to cut this bottom piece down to size. The thing with this jig and the router, hopefully you have a circular plate on the bottom. That's what mine has, so I'm lucky. And whatever bit you use, make sure it's the same one every time, because what we're about to do is make a cut and trim off just a little bit off of this edge, which happens to be the exact distance from the edge of that base plate on your router to the edge of the bit. So if you start using bigger or smaller bits, your jig is not going to line up anymore. So this is my 1/2-inch bit with a 1/2-inch shank. This is the one that I'm going to use every single time when I use this jig right now. If you guys There's that dado cut in the bottom. I'm going to put a piece right in the bottom so that way I can help square my edge piece that's going to come off the side. And there's version 2 of the router dado jig. I'm liking this version a lot better than version 1, and I'm really glad I did it because I'm going to have a lot more success. If you want to stick around for just a little bit more, I'm going to walk through the details of all the upgrades that I made and kind of point out a few things that are really helping the process for me. If you want to cut the video right now, thank you guys for checking in, and otherwise, let's go ahead and check it out. Alright, the couple additional things that I did from version 1 to version 2 from the beginning was going to 1/2 inch plywood from 3/4 inch MDF. The reason for that is because I saw these drawer sides at Plywood Company of Fort Worth. It's already finished, so it's got a nice smooth surface. And then this 1/2 inch plywood is going to flex less this way than MDF would. The second thing that I wanted to do was make this adjustable. As you can see, there's those couple dots right here, so that way I can move this second fixed piece over here on the fixed side and then bolt it down, and then have different widths that I'm going to cut. Reason being, once again, I'm cutting some foot wide dados in the next project, so I'm only going to be using about this much of the jig. When you tighten down these, I guess, wing nuts or whatever you want to call them, on both sides right here at one end, and then all the way down here at this other end, there's a lot of opportunity for the boards to flex in the middle, maybe pull apart when you're pushing the router, especially with MDF, or kind of push together and not get quite as, not even get a good dado for that. So that's why I decided to make this adjustable. There's my information on how to build a dado jig for cutting dados with the router. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to provide more beneficial videos for you guys sometime near in the future. Stay tuned.